Hi everyone, this is Ahmed Al-Shimari. This is the fourth lecture in ArcGIS Desktop 10.1, 10.2, 10.3. In this lecture we are continue with editing toolbar and editing techniques in ARCMAP. Now we will start from using the editor toolbar. We use a lot of tools in editing, start, stop editing. We know all these tools. We use these tools too. Now we are going to use these tools. If we want to edit the vertices of this feature, we can press double click on it, so we can see the vertices, and we can change the location of any vertex, as you can see. Okay, or you can select the feature and press this button. It's the same way. When you show the vertices of any feature, you will see that a new toolbar showing here, this toolbar. We can use this toolbar to make something like add a new vertex to my shape. I will click here or here or here. This will add new vertices. Or I can delete some vertices, delete this one, delete this one. Just one click on the vertex, it will be deleted. Okay. You see, if I move this vertex from its location, only the segments that connected to the vertex are changing. You can see that the rest vertices are not moving with me, as you see. Okay, but if I want to make all segments in a proportional length, I mean like this, press this tool and just click any vertex and move it. You can see that all the segments are changing in length proportionally to the vertex movement, as you can see. Okay, this another way. Okay, I can do something like reshape feature tool. I can use this tool with the three lines and polygons. If I want to change the shape of my feature, like press in this location, in this vertex, one click, I will do that. Double click, you can see now the shape of the polygon is just changed like this way. Alright, this tool works to polygons and lines. If you select another, just this line, I will reshape the line like this way. Double click. Okay, you can see now the shape of the line is just changed. This tool helped me to change the shape of the feature and keep the data of the feature safe and not changed. Okay, if you can cut, you can use the cut polygon feature tool. Just select any feature, any polygon, just for polygons, cut polygon. This tool, cut polygon tool. I will draw a line, intersect with my polygon, totally intersect. I don't press double click here, the tool will not work. I must get out of the polygon and press double click. You can see now we have two polygons. I will press skip, sorry, delete sketch. Okay, you can see now I have two polygons. If I want to cut a line feature, I use this tool, split tool, press and stand in any location and press one click. Alright, you can see now you have two lines, this one line and this the second line. If you want to rotate any feature, rotating feature for lines and polygons only, Okay, if I want to rotate this feature around this point, this centroid, I just move it like this. Maybe I want to make this feature round from this point. I just click on the centroid symbol and drag to the point, to this point. Now I can see that my feature just okay. Or I can stop in this symbol, the centroid symbol, and put it in this point or this point. Okay, outside my shape. Now I will rotate the feature around this point in the same way. Okay. I can use the attribute table. You can see now it is the attribute table showing in this area the attribute of this feature, or the attribute of the, you can see that there is some data on this feature. I used this data, input this data previously in the Arabic lecture, so you can see the data, but actually you will see in your examples, in your work, you will see that all these fields are empty, 0 or empty. If I select two features, I can see in the attribute table, in the attribute window, I see that two features are selected, this first one, this second one. If I choose any one of them in this location, in this area, I see all the data of that feature. Okay, you can see this data for this feature. You know sketch properties. Okay, I will press double click on this feature. I press this icon. I will see all the vertices of that feature with its coordinates, x coordinates and y coordinates of all the vertices. I can change them from here or by drawing them. Okay, like so. This, I can delete them. I can delete some vertices from the feature from this window, but I don't like to do that. Delete them from here, it is more easy. Okay, this is the editor toolbar. There are some tools also in the editor menu. A merge tool. I use the merge tool to merge two features together. Now in this window, he asked me what feature to merge with. If I select this feature, when I merge these two features, the new feature will take the data of this feature. If I choose this feature, now if I select here, the new feature will take the data from this feature, and the data in that feature will be deleted permanently. I will say yes, and now you can see it's just come back to become one feature. All right. There are many other tools. We will explain these tools later in other lectures. Clip snapping, more editing. We explain all these tools. The buffer. I will take this tool later. Okay, I will take buffer. If I want to make some buffer, all right. This is my feature. I want to create a buffer around this feature. Just press buffer. He will ask you the buffer feature. What is the layer that will contain the buffer? If you want to make the buffer in streets as a line, choose streets. Now I will choose the polygon. Say okay. The distance of the buffer, I will choose something like 3 meters. The same units of the map. As you see now, it is a meters. Click OK. You will see that there is a buffer around this line. I will go zoom in. Okay, this is the line, and this buffer around the line for 3 meters. 3 meters in this direction and 3 meters in this direction. Not the all. The all is 6 meters. The whole width of this polygon is 6 meters. Okay, now we will go back. Zoom to layer. Okay, there are some problems we can see in drawing maps. Alright, I will start in this example, simple example. Alright, this feature. I will take this tool, press on the feature, select the feature, and press from the keyboard Ctrl C and Ctrl V. He will ask you where did you want to base the new feature. If you choose the streets, he will draw the border, the border of the feature, the polygon. I will choose the master plan polygons. Okay, now if I make one click here, I see that I select one feature. I select just one feature. Okay, if I do this, select by this way, by a rectangle, I will see that there's two features in this area, and both of them in the same shape. If I want one of these features, I can select it and drag this feature here. One feature, drag it here. Okay, now I can see the second feature. But sometimes I don't want that. I will press Ctrl Z. It will back to the same location. I don't want, alright, this feature, it is the front feature. There's another in the back. If I want to take the feature that in the back, how can I do this? It is simple. I make this selection. I will select the two features like this. I hold the shift key from keyboard, hold the shift key and press one click here. What has happened? I just cleared the selection from the first feature, and now this selection, it is for the feature in the behind, in the back. I will press one click continuously and drag again to here. Alright, this feature now, it is the one that was in the back, not the front one. It is the feature in the back. I will show you the attributes. Select this. Okay, I will make Ctrl Z. Okay, you can see that if I press one click here, you can see that the FID of this feature is 1. But if I press select the two features, you will see that the first one has an FID of 1, but the second one, the FID was 25. If I want to take the one, this is the one in the above, this is one in the back. If I just click and drag it, okay, you can see that this feature, it is the one. If I want Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, sorry, Ctrl Z. If I want to take not this feature, I want to take this feature, okay, I just, as I said before, I just press the shift button, the shift key from the keyboard, one click here, and you can see that the only selected feature with the FID of 25, I just one click and drag it here. Okay, this one I move it, it's the FID 25, and the original one is the FID 1. You can see that the same thing with lines. If I have a line, like some line like this, okay, I will choose Ctrl C, I will press Ctrl V, I will choose streets. Okay, now I have two lines in this shape. Okay, you can see that two lines. Okay, it is two lines. I select two lines here. Okay, if I want to take one of them, it is easy. If I want to take the feature in the back, I just select both of them, press shift and one click, and now I take click, drag. Okay, this feature is the feature in the back. Okay, and this is the front feature. This is the first feature, the original one. These technicals of editing, I don't have no, yes, okay. I will press zoom to layer. Okay. This is the main tools of editing. You can use these tools in your drawings. Now we will go to the table of contents. We will explain some tools in the table of contents. You can see that the table of contents area window is there, and there's some icons above this window. The first icon is just to show me the name of the layers and the shape of the symbols. I don't need this. This is the shape of the symbols for each layer. And the name of the layers. We said that we can change the name of the layer from this. I will choose another name like my streets. It is okay, but you have to remember that if you change the name here, it is not changed in Windows in the folder. It is not changed. It's just changed in this location. But the original feature, the original files of this shapefile, the original files keeping the same name, the old name. Okay. If you want to see the path for each feature, for each layer in table of contents, just press this icon, list by source. Okay, now you can see now every folder, every shapefile. These 3 shapefiles are belong to this folder. If you have other shapefiles, they will belong maybe to other folders, and you can see the path of each shapefile. If you want to to separate the shapefiles to groups, the selectable groups and not selectable groups, okay, or visibility, sorry, I will choose this. I will make this invisible. Okay, I will press this icon. Now you can see that you have 2 visible layers and 1 invisible layer. If you select these 2 features, you can see that from this icons, this icons means you can make a selection on these 2 layers. Okay, this is the points. I can select it, but if you press on this icon, and you can see that the color is changed, now you will not be able to select any feature from the line. Just the points are selectable. The lines are not selectable, as you see. I press again on this icon. Now the lines come back to be selectable. I can select lines now. Okay, and the 4th icon in this window, it is the list by selection. Okay, I will press this icon. Now you can we have 3 features. This feature, this layer are invisible, so you can see that the color of this layer is something not the same as the other layers. Okay, now I will select these 2 features. You can see that my streets, this layer has 2 selected features, as shown in this number and here. Okay, if I want to clear the selection, I just press this button to clear the selection. Maybe sometimes I do some big selection like this. I select too many features, lines, points, and sometimes maybe containing polygons. I can remove the selection from points when I select this button. Alright, you can see now there is no point selected in the data view. Or I can press this button, this icon, and clear the selection from the lines. I go back to this window, I choose this and come back to the selectable layers. Okay, from these tools, from this tool you can choose to make the layer selectable or not. From these tools, these icons, you can clear selection from any layer. We use the table of contents to get in the layers properties and data frame properties. The table of content contains a data frame, layers. I can change this name as I need. Let's say it's my underscore project. Okay, this is the data frame. This is the container, the container of my project files, and this is my files. Maybe I need to make some files, some layers in a single group. I need to create a group in this data frame. I will press right click, choose new group layer. This is the new group layer. I will choose the name, something like base maps. I don't know anything, you can print anything, base maps. Okay, I will put the streets in that group. How? It is simple, just click continue, press on the layer and drag it to the group name. You can see now the black line starting from the same starting point of the group layer name. Now you can see it is the same starting point. I will release it. Okay, now you see that this layer becomes in this group. Do it again. I will take the master plan, put it in that group. Okay, drag it, click and drag. I will release it now here. Now I have two layers in this group. I will close this group, so you can there is a group layer one group layer and one layer. If I want to shut down these layers together, I just press on this button. You can see that the layers are disappeared from the data view window. Okay, I can show them again like this, or I can do it from the layers exactly like this. Okay, I can create a group layer inside group layer. It's just a group layer, new group layer. You can see that this group layer, it is apart from this group layer, the first group layer. I will change the name. Okay, my shapes. Okay, I can take this centers and put it inside this group layer. Just look at this black line and the name of the group layer. They must start from the same location. It is okay now. Okay, now I have a group layer inside a group layer, and this group layer containing one layer, and the main group layer containing all these layers. Okay, this is the group layer of the shapefile. All these layers and group layers belonging to this data frame. In one project, I can create one data frame, or two or three, as much I need. But you have to remember that if you make editing, you can choose only one data frame for editing, to use it. You cannot work with more than one data frame in your projects. You can add another data frame, but if you need to use another data frame, you must close all editing season in that data frame, and go to another data frame and work and start a new editing season. Okay, this is the table of content, as you see. Now we can explain what we don't have nothing. Okay, I hope this lecture was helpful to you. Thanks for listening. See you in the next lecture. Thank you and goodbye.